Hey guys, alright, so I decided I just want to do a little video on reminding everybody about that homesteading mindset. I've kind of gotten off from it a little bit, just with a lot of the things, a lot of the struggles that we've had going on, and just obviously not being on the property yet, and my hair is always bugging me. And just a lot of things going on, and it's easy for me to kind of fall off the wayside of things and kind of forget what I'm doing, you know? And I don't want to do that. So this video is just to kind of go through and remind you guys of that homesteading mindset and readapting to that homestead mindset and just like take for instance with me, I've gotten into staying up really late at night. And this morning I didn't even get up until after 9 o'clock. Okay, well that was a little bit of a problem. We had to kind of rush around. Scott has to be to work at 10, and I made him some eggs for breakfast. I'm trying to get him on a eating healthier thing, and he's trying now, which makes me feel a lot better. So, I kind of trying to rein myself back into that whole homesteading mindset. It's helped to be able to, I got us our first fruit tree for the property, and I got me one of my books back that I really need. So, I'm looking forward to that whole, getting on the property and starting to work on our homestead and build it up and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I just wanted to do a little video to remind you guys, of that homestead mindset and to, get back into the, starting to be more frugal and more, money conscious of what you're spending and how you're spending it. Like we have some issues with groceries because we're all trying to eat healthier, and I don't have any, food stores put up from a garden really because I didn't get much out of what I had planted in my container garden this last year. A lot of it just, I lost quite a few plants because of the heat. I'm learning down here. I'm adapting to this different climate. And, I forgot my watermelon rind pickles, and I have a few jars of applesauce. So, we have to buy our meat. We have to buy frozen vegetables. We have, that kind of thing. I'm not going to eat store canned vegetables unless it literally came down to either that or starving to death. I'm trying to stock back up on that stuff so I have that stuff to help someone else out. And we get into that situation where people are literally, you can't go grocery shopping. They need food. They're desperate. They have kids. Sure, I'll throw a box together. Here you go. No problem. So, I have a bag of onions. I don't like onions. I'm not going to cook with them. I will use them for medicinal purposes, to sell, to give away, whatever. I'm not eating them. I don't like onions. They're gross. Or I will take, when I grow some, when I have them growing, I will keep some back to dehydrate and then grind it down into onion powder and make my own, homemade onion powder. Because we can use that in our dishes and stuff and add flavor and health and that kind of thing to it. So, but I have a bag of onions that I'm just going to save back, and I'm going to plant them in the spring in one of our garden beds. So, anyway, like I said, I just wanted to do a little video on readapting to that homestead mindset. And, reminding you, okay, okay. Alright, you can move. Put you in front of the dog? What are you hissing for? She's jealous of Nebula because Nebula has a bone, a meat bone, and like she tried to steal it earlier. Really? And she's mad. That's why she was hissing. Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to do a little video on readapting to that homestead mindset and how important that is. And if you're gonna get into the whole homesteading thing, you have to adapt to that mindset. It's so important. And sleep is very important, and I've screwed up so badly. I've started staying up really late and just yeah. I do have to find that job working from home. I haven't really had much time to spend on that because I've been trying to work on other things when I've been home. I am still trying to work on trying to get our investment money. I have to talk to the other guy that I was put in contact with. Just see what happens. And I'm, praying that it goes through. And, first and foremost, that we can help our son out and give him like 10 grand of it so he can get caught up on property taxes because he's hurting right now really bad. So, anyway, but guess what? I just wanted to remind you guys on how important it is to adapt to that homesteading mindset. And if you're new to the channel, I'll just go right through this. If you're new to the channel, we are Faith First Farm and Homestead. We even have my shirt here. I painted this myself, and I'm gonna be doing these shirts and selling them. And everything I make off from everything we sell with our logo on it. And I've even done some glasses. There's one of them. I have to get some paint sealer. Here's the other glass. I think they turned out really cool. Faith First Farm and Homestead. There's a little cabin, and then little vegetables. Those are tomatoes and green beans and an eggplant. And then on the other side of the house, there's a butternut squash, the one standing up, and underneath that is a vegetable spaghetti squash, which I love, by the way. And then grapes and blueberries and a pumpkin and some strawberries. So that's 2 of our cups. I have 2 more to do out of that set. I was going to try and get some more glasses today and spent $60 at Tractor Supply. I got another phone to pay for, so can't really do that. And I'm going to have to try to see if I can do that starting next week. Just got to get some more money coming in. Anyway, but it's okay. Things are gonna work out. I'm gonna be doing like cutting boards and that kind of thing. The cutting boards, this right here, I'm gonna make our full Homestead logo. And I did like a full garden underneath it, and there's a little guinea and a little duck up there, and an apple tree, and veggies and fruit sitting next to the cabin. So yeah. Anyway, and then this one was the first logo I painted. I did this with watercolors. But yeah, we're gonna have that, and it's just a matter of getting everything set up and, the time it takes to do that. And anyway, but just, if you're new to homesteading and you're just looking to get into it, do your research. Just research. Like, I've got my book. I showed you on the last video. One of my books back. And I'm going to be doing videos out of that book. And magazine. And I have another homesteading magazine. And I'm probably going to start doing videos out of that. And just do your research. Do your research. You can get books on anything. Anything, anything, anything. And Pinterest is chocked full of homesteading information. I mean, with that, you're going to have to write the information down or type it and print it out because you're going to need that in hard copy. But this, our YouTube channel, we're Faith First Farm and Homestead, and we used to live in Michigan. I started the channel about 5 years ago, and I had some good gardens up in Michigan, and we ended up with chickens up there, and a couple of ducks, and a couple of guineas, and we had a turkey, and an olive egger, and a couple of Golden Lace Wyandotte chickens. Those were the newer ones we got. We had like 36 other chickens. I had kind of a good thing going. I had a start on a goat and cow barn, but we were in a bad situation and we had lost a lot of family members and realized that we just needed to go and move and start over. And so I started looking around, and I started looking through a company called Classic Country, and I found 12.53 acres down here in Oklahoma. It is just outside of Wilburton. Actually, the first one I found was near Red Oak, but anyway, I found, property down here and decided to make the move. And at first, our son helped us out, with putting money down on the property because I was trying to save for us actually moving. And then since then, we've switched, and I switched to a property closer to Wilburton, which is where we live now. And we've been down here for a year and a half. We've been out to the property once. I don't have a vehicle. Our goal is to be on the property by this spring. And a friend of ours named Andrew, who's staying with us right now, we're helping him out. He also has property. And he has a neighbor who has a camper trailer he's willing to sell to us for $500, and we're going to go ahead and do that and put that on the property. And then we're just going to start getting what we need, fencing and pallets, loads of pallets up there, and we're just going to start hauling up the logs and start clearing out the area for our cabin, our off-grid cabin. And it's going to be completely off-grid. Our camper trailer, I might try to go ahead and get solar panels for. We might, at some point in time, have a solar generator, and I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, that doesn't really matter. That's not really towards homesteading. But we might, at some point, have a solar generator, and that might be enough to run the camper trailer. I don't know, because, that way we'll have something on the property, to charge our phones, that kind of thing. And I think the stove is probably propane. So I'll have to pay for a propane tank, but that's okay. And I'm planning on actually getting a propane heater because, yeah. For our cabin, we're going to use wood. We're going to have a wood stove and heat with wood because we have a lot of wood on the property. We might end up sharing the property with Andrew. It depends on how things go down for him financially. But I told him, if something happens and you have to move off your property, I'm more than happy to share our property with you. It's not a problem. We have 12 acres, we're only really more likely going to have our farm on not even half of that. So the clearing that is on the property is probably going to be big enough for our whole farm and homestead. So anyway, but just if you're new to the channel, go ahead and go to our live tab and pull up Faith First is Going Live. And in that video, I go through and explain what we're about, and go into a little more detail on our move down here and kind of why and why we decided to get into homesteading and just, I go into a lot more detail on the property and the garden beds and animals and that kind of thing. So go ahead and pull that up and watch it. And just, watch our videos. And I have over 300 videos. So, some of them are kind of, I have some devotional videos on there, which faith first, farm and homestead. That, that's what we are, faith first. And I can't stress enough, how much God has done for us. And we wouldn't be where we are right now if it wasn't for God opening those doors and paving that road. So can't help but think of the song from Rascal Flatts, God Bless the Broken Road.
It's just called Bless the Broken Road.
Well, still.
It's one of my favorite songs.
It fits because, we've all gone down a lot of broken roads to get where we are now, so. But God has brought us through, and He continues to bring us through on a daily basis, so. Anyway, but go ahead and, go through our videos and watch them, and I have a lot of different videos on there that, I have quite a few from Michigan, gardens. I had a couple of good years on gardens in Michigan, and I went through, there's some and when I got my first chickens and that kind of thing, and they're pretty cool, and I have a soap making video on there, and that was the video that I first announced that we were leaving Michigan. And, I have a garden haul video on there, and yeah. But anyway, just go through and watch our videos, and don't forget to like and share the videos. Share them on all your platforms with friends, family, neighbors, other homesteaders, and the like. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell and hit all so you get all the notifications, because I do upload a lot. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I will get the title on this, and I will make sure it gets out there today. And I will see you guys in a while. Bye, guys.